Honorable.
Yes.
ATY is just around the corner.
Well,
and already we've heard the rhetorics. We show you a lesson. We're going to get ready. Blah, blah, blah.
I get sad when things like this happen in my dear country. We have chosen democracy, and violence is not part of democratic tenets. Might is not right, and might cannot be right. We are governed by rules and regulations. This is a sovereign state with law and order that we must all respect, irrespective of which political party is in power. I have told people, if your party is in power today and you take the law into your own hands, and tomorrow your party is not there, you won't have anybody to protect you. There are people today who never believe they could be invited by IOCO. They could be invited by CID. They were so powerful in their various offices. Today, some are even at large. They are looking at repatriating them to come and face the law. So people should have at the back of their minds that power is not permanent. Life itself is not permanent. And people should know that very well, and crime has no expiry date. If you perpetuate crime today and you go away with it tomorrow, you can be called to come and answer. And the people that embolden you to perpetuate that crime, they themselves will not even be in their various positions, let alone to protect you or to save you. So people should know this very well. I don't like politics of retaliation, politics of equalization. It's something we need to condemn in toto. What happened in Ablekuma North? I was so worried. I was just imagining what President Mahama will be thinking. I was just imagining what my party national officers will be thinking. So, this is President Mahama, who will not want a blood to share, who will not want to hurt a fly in our democratic, in our current democratic dispensation or in his life, knowing him. And that is why when 8 people were killed in the 2020 elections, he was worried and felt that was needless. A single life should not happen, or a life should not be lost because of voting, because of polls. No. You understand? You see, we ought to be very, very careful if we want to maintain our democracy. What we are doing currently, if we are not careful, it looks like we are unable to keep the democracy that we chose to practice. That is the picture that we are portraying. And it's so bad that people will want to do equalizations with distance. No. What happened in Ablekuma was needless, highly needless. And I, reading the statement from my party general secretary, the Honorable Fifi Kote, he condemned it and said it was needless. Honorable Muntaka, what he stated yesterday in his press briefing, he didn't miss words. You know that when people do these things, they will not be available because they know they will be looking for them. That you know that, bro. You know that very well. That is the point that he made. But he did not miss words. He said that the perpetrators will be brought to book. And he added that, look, when they do some of these things, most often they run away. That is the point he made. And that is where my brother is thinking that by making this statement means that nothing will come out of it. No, we are not like the other regime. No, we are not. What I want to assure you is that proper investigations will be done. Whoever that did anything untoward will be made to face the full rigors of the law. I can assure my brother and Ghanaians that the NDC is not a violent party. That is why if you check elections that we have supervised, when I say we have supervised, elections that we were in government, no life was lost. They came and supervised elections and 8 lives were lost. And the president then never even made a statement about the fact that 8 lives were lost needlessly. Till date, President Nana haven't made a single statement about the fact that people lost their lives in an election. 8. It never happened till date. He hasn't made a statement to that. And they described that election as free and fair. Even Ayawaso West was described as free and fair. You understand? So when an elections that was organized, that people were beaten, the candidate then was hostage in his own house. He couldn't come out. And that even made that man, I think he hasn't talked of politics again anywhere in his life. You understand? He has not talked, because I haven't seen him anywhere featured in our politics. You see, so a whole candidate was being held hostage in his own house. He couldn't come out in his own house. A whole MP was slapped daylight. Everybody saw it. People, the commission of inquiry was consulted. People, look, the police officer who had the journalist straight away, you saw what they did to the police officer. Interdiction straight away. You understand? Bro, please listen to me.
I'm listening to
you. The police officer that had the journalist, bro, straight away, disciplinary actions, he was referred to the PIPs and then straight away interdicted.
Right.
You had people who organized bandits, Delta Force people to go daylight robbery in police uniforms, police cars, army uniforms and all of that, beat people, slapped a whole member of parliament, a sitting MP, daylight robbery. A commission of inquiry was constituted. What happened to them? Where is Azugu Yenko? Those people are roaming. So that is the precedence. You see, like I said, might is not right. I will not justify what happened in Ablekuma North. I will be happy if investigations are conducted and the perpetrators are brought to book. It will help all of us. But let's stop the political equalization. But let me also caution that NDC is not a violent party. We are not. And our leadership will not condone violence. They will not do it. The president has called for investigations into what happened in 2020 and all those electoral violence that has happened. And I know this one will be part.
Okay.
Just like the interior minister has stated, this one will be part. So all the investigations will be conducted. Whoever that did what will be called to answer.
Why do you think the police looked immobilized?
You see,
what is it about police that makes them struggle?
They are scared that they'll be transferred.
The truth of the matter is that this one, Moro, we can have a conversation on it another day. Most Ghanaian workers, the kind of politics we do, the public servants, civil servants, they fear politicians. They are afraid of the word a politician. You understand? Because of the way some people use political power. Because of the manner in which some people use political power. It has put some kind of fear in public servants and some security agencies to act. Because, Moro, everybody is looking at your job security. Nobody wants anybody to first hand into your gari. So, when these things, and mostly, these things, they are surprises. They are surprises that they pull on the security agencies. This goes to tell the security agencies that at any point, they should always be prepared.
But what has happened to the police's own intelligence gathering?
That is what I'm saying. You see, that's what I'm saying. These things, it's always, they happen. They are surprises. The parties, these guys will pull on.
But we've had 6 or 7.
Moro, let me also tell you that.
By elections and all the problems that come.
Let me also tell you that the political parties are finding it very difficult to handle these people. Very, very difficult.
Really?
I am telling you. If you ask them...
It was one of the reasons NPP disbanded our group. Because sometimes when they get to the grounds, you cannot control them.
Let me even tell you.
But you don't. But isn't there anybody behind them?
The disbanding came all right. The law came all right. But why? We went to Asen North. Even Asen North, some of those things happened there.
Yes.
You understand? People, vehicles were being smashed and those things. Daylight robbery. We saw. You understand? Yes, the disbanding, the law came all right.
Why do you continue to use daylight robbery? Who has robbed anybody?
No, I'm coming. Sorry. What? Oh, I can define that.
Daylight intimidation.
Intimidation, sorry. Daylight intimidation. You understand? What I'm just trying to say is that let's stop the equalization. Let's understand that we've chosen to practice democracy. These things are not part of our democracy. Okay. Let's shy away from it. Okay. Let's don't say these things happen or that. Look, I told people, Honorable Howard Kumsin might have her shortcomings in the past. You understand? But it is not right for anybody to go and beat her the way they beat her. It's not right. Why am I saying this? Other people will come and say that, yes, she did some of those things, even in Kaswa. And I tell people that, yes, that is why she lost her seat. And that's why her party lost. Ghanaians frown against abuse of power. Ghanaians are humble people. They like leadership with humility. And that is what President Mahama is exhibiting. Let's follow that.
Okay.
Let's stop the abuse of power.
All right.
It will not help. We cannot, because of Howard Kumsin, and destroy our brand of humility. No, we cannot. Might is not right. If she did those things, there was consequences. Her party paid the price for it. Okay. She herself paid the price for it. So we cannot go and do that and come to justify it. So I don't want my brother here to try to justify justify what happened in other elections.
I'm not justifying.
Let's don't do that. Let's don't do that. There's a price to pay if you perpetuate violence.
Yourself and
just a second.
I was making the point that listening to Cletus right now, I get the sense, and quite frankly, I think I've listened to Fifi Kote and yourself. I think so far you are the only two people from the NDC side that I've heard speak with some conscience.
Oh, don't say that.
No, I said I've heard.
Many have done that.
I've not heard them. I've not heard them. You see, whilst we all condemn the actions that happen, I also feel that it must come to an end. These things, these retaliatory actions must come to an end. My comment was not to say that it will continue. What I meant to say is that if there is inaction, if the people that perpetrated the act are not made to account, if they are not accountable, then what will happen is, just as it happened in Etiwa and Treponi and these things, which culminated to the Ayawaso, then one day somebody will say, Ablekuma happened, so I'm also going to do the same thing. Okay. And the cycle will not end. Okay. I believe politics should be, our politics should be more of ideas and policies rather than aggression. Okay. Currently, what we are seeing is we are bringing in more aggression in our politics than the policies and ideas that will transform lives. Okay. And the life transformation is what people are looking for. All right. People are voting us into office so that we can put in policies and programs that will change their lives. Okay. And I appreciate the fact that my brother here, Cletus, mentioned that it is wrong for anybody within their party to think that this is right and that he's more or less speaking against it, condemning the actions. All right. At least that's a step in the right direction. Okay. The process starts with the condemnation. All right. Then the security services take action against those perpetrators. All right. Then we can move forward from there.